I'm Alan Spears with Occupy Democrats, and in some truly stunning and quite frankly hilarious breaking news, Donald Trump just had a mental breakdown live on Fox News as he called in to rant and rave about Kamala Harris's running mate, Tim Walz. Over the past few weeks, we have seen not only Harris catch up to Donald Trump in the polls across the nation, but actually surpass him as she is now leading in every major national poll to date. And it is very clear that this energy is not poised to stop or taper off anytime soon, as demonstrated by the incredible turnout in the Philadelphia rally that Harris and Walz held together. Now, this rally in Philadelphia was the first time that both Harris and Walz were campaigning together since the announcement of him as her running mate, and suffice it to say, they came out with a bang. The absolutely massive line that formed outside of the arena shows that the Harris-Walz ticket has people energized and excited, and that this newfound sense of joy and energy in the Democratic Party is here to stay. And in hilarious contrast to the Harris-Walz event, J.D. Vance also held a small rally, a small press event outside of the Shelby Township Police Department to pretty much no one. There was nobody there aside from a few reporters and a handful of fans. And looking at Trump's own rally he held in Pennsylvania just a few weeks ago and comparing the numbers, they pale in comparison compared to Harris and Walz's event. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Trump went on to Fox News, like he so often does, and decided to share some of his thoughts about the recent announcement of Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, as Kamala Harris's running mate. And as you might expect, there was plenty of mudslinging and name-calling, but the interview took a really surprising turn, maybe not too surprising, as Trump went off into this bizarre rant across numerous different subjects that had, frankly, nothing to do with Tim Walz or who he is or his policies. Republicans are desperately grasping at straws, trying to find any small dirt they can on both Harris and Walz now, as both of those candidates have had an insanely clean record, and their careers have been incredibly successful. There's not any hidden skeletons in the closet. But that, of course, did not stop Donald Trump from once again employing that divisive and derogatory rhetoric that he loves to use. However, he fell flat on his face in this interview. Take a look and see for yourself Trump's rather bizarre and meandering attack and rant against Walz as Harris's running mate.
What Kamala Harris's record is, and we know what his record is, and they are extremely progressive. Talk about how you're going to handle this on the campaign trail. Will you just really hone in on how they voted in the past?
Well, I am. I'm going to be doing that, what he wants. If you look at his record with no walls, no security, let everybody in, he's worse than they are. You know, nobody knew how radical left she was, but he's a smarter version of her, if you want to know the truth. He's probably about the same as Bernie Sanders. He's probably more so than Bernie Sanders. She is more so than Bernie Sanders. That's got to be your guide, Bernie Sanders, and it's not a great guide. But there's never been a ticket like this. This is a ticket that would want this country to go communist immediately, if not sooner. We want no security. We want no anything. He's very heavy into transgender. Anything transgender he thinks is great. And he's not where the country is on anything.
Mr. President,
this is a shocking. Let me tell you, this is a shocking pick, and I think it's very insulting to Jewish people, and I think it's very insulting to people that want security. I think it's very insulting to anything having to do with making America great again.
First off, neither Harris nor Walz are extremely progressive or on the far left. All you need to do is look up a political alignment chart based on their previous voting patterns, previous legislation that they have either supported or wrote, endorsed, that sort of thing, and you will see that while, yes, they are both on the left, in fact, Walz is more center-left and is close to being a centrist. Then, of course, Trump goes on to say that Walz is a smarter version of Harris, which I don't know what he means by that. I think they're both equally intelligent, far more intelligent than Trump. And then we get to what I consider the highlight of this interview, the piece de résistance, the communist attack. This is such a played out attack by Republicans against anyone on the left. If you don't have anything substantial to levy against them, call them a communist, because we don't like communists, right? Those are the bad guys. We fought those guys, so yeah, call them a communist. Look, to wrap this up, it is so abundantly clear that Donald Trump and the rest of his campaign and Republicans alike are panicking. They are not ready for the level of positivity, the message of hope and joy that Harris and Walz are bringing and that Americans are so desperate and ready for again. But in the meantime, I think we can take the little victories where we can as we watch Harris and Walz soar in the polls, and we can point and laugh at Donald Trump as he has a complete and total breakdown live on television.